digressing within the first half, pre-snap penalties, things that, we thought we were getting better at. You look at penalties in general outside of the pre-snap penalties. Just the operation wasn't our style of football that we showed, and that's not how we wanted to start. That's not how we wanted to play. But I am proud of this team for continuing to stay in it. In the second half, we had an opportunity, to come back. Nobody blinked. Everybody continued to stay in the fight. And yeah. Yeah, the play to Achan. Achan was where he needed to be. That was just a missed throw, on something very simple. That's on me. And then on that fourth down play where I took the sack, it was one of those where I seen Alix fall, and as I got through to Jaylen, I couldn't really navigate to see if he won his matchup or not. And then by that time, it's just trying to maneuver through the pocket and, hopefully find an opening to find somebody on a scramble drill.
On the other side, the victory marked Jordan Love's 11th game with multiple pass touchdowns and no interceptions over the last 2 seasons. Here's Jordan Love afterwards.
It was special. I think, obviously, the joke is not getting a turkey leg last year. So to be able to come in here, get the win, get the turkey leg after, it was very delicious, and just a little something to celebrate.
It's always a huge advantage to be able to run the ball well. It's great for an offense, but why are you guys actually able to run the ball so consistently? You've done it for a couple weeks here at least.
Yeah, I think that's just our offense. It starts up front with the O-line, creating those lanes for the running backs to get through there. The backs are doing a great job just making guys miss. And then I think just the scheme we have, the plays we're dialing up that Steno and Matter are dialing up are, top tier. So, I think it goes all around, but, you get the tight ends in there blocking, receivers blocking, but everybody's just doing their part and, letting this thing go. No, it's one of those things that we practice in this every day. So, I think we're ready for it. I can't speak for them and whether it was challenging for them or not, but it's cold. We practice this every day, like I said. So I feel like we are, accustomed to it.
So another win for Green Bay, and in this oh-so-crowded NFC North, the Pack stay right there. Obviously, Detroit winning earlier in the day. Minnesota plays this weekend. Green Bay gets to 9-3, and yet, Arda, they sit in third right now in the NFC North.
They do. To unpack this Packers win, we are joined now by Damien Woody. So, Damien, this is Green Bay's 8th straight win against a non-divisional opponent. What stood out for you the most in this W?
Yeah, listen, for me, we could talk about Jordan Love, and he was fantastic being able to distribute the football. But it was a level of physicality by the Green Bay Packers on both sides of the ball. It just seems like Green Bay was playing on Miami's side of the ball all night long, and you saw, Josh Jacobs, his running style. The yardage wasn't necessarily there, but it was the physicality in which the Green Bay Packers played at the line of scrimmage, and even with their skill position players, the way they were blocking for one another, that really transpired throughout the whole game. It was really evident, just watching them play. And Miami, this had nothing to do with the weather. Miami was just beat up and bullied throughout the whole game by the Green Bay Packers.
But, Dame, weather is a story when it comes to the Dolphins now. And look, sometimes you talk about these things and you say, listen, players change, coaches change. The Dolphins have lost 12 games in a row in sub-40-degree Fahrenheit weather. How in the heck do they change that?
The only way you can is you got to go win. And that was the narrative coming into the game, and Tua, and I'm sure Tua and Tyreek Hill and all those guys have heard the narrative that, You know, when the temperature dips below 70, they don't play all that great. And so, you know, late part of the year in most of the country, you know, football games are played in cold weather. And so Miami has to go out there and win football games. But make no mistake about it, the Green Bay Packers were the more physical ball club, and it showed tonight.
Well, Damian, we really appreciate your time. Thanks for the analysis.
Thank you.
All right, the trend of Tua failing to get a win in the cold continues. Tua has now lost the 7 coldest starts of his career, with this Thanksgiving loss against the Packers being the 2nd coldest kickoff temperature, behind only last year's playoff loss to the Chiefs.
Xin chào cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình nhé. Hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn tô tượng. Tô tượng hôm nay của mình sẽ là ếch xanh. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu nha. Xin chào cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn tô tượng, và tượng hôm nay của mình sẽ là ếch xào. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu nha. Xin chào cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ